Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a super exciting video. Today I'm going to be working on our back screened in porch. I have had such a picture in my mind of how I wanted this porch to be in the past year, and today it's finally all coming together. So I started out by cleaning the porch off. Eventually we will probably pressure wash this porch, but since I was just wanting to get it all put together for the spring, I decided to go ahead and just clean it all, vacuum it, and you're gonna see how each and every piece of this project comes together. This project is sponsored by Wayfair. I am so excited to be working with them. They have been my go-to place for years whenever it comes to all things home related, organizing related, just giving me that great lifestyle look that I'm going for in my house. I wanted this patio to be very neutral but warm and inviting, so I went with this gorgeous beige colored rug. It is so affordable from Wayfair, and I also got these string lights that I was able to assemble really quickly. I wanted to bring in some warm light that would illuminate the space and also be functional, just to give us enough lighting to eat meals out in this space and to enjoy time gathering together with family and friends as well. So I just put the bulbs onto the string lights and I strung them up around the edge of the screened in porch. Just wait until the end to see all of the night views of this space. It looks so incredible with these lights. It's just the absolute cherry on top to this outdoor eating area. And speaking of eating area, I wanted to find a really great table, and I was able to find this table that fits this space perfectly, along with some benches. This was such a great value. I was able to get a lot of seating kind of compacted into this set, which is perfect for lots of people, but able to fit in my space. The shipping on all three of these items from Wayfair was so fast and so easy. Everything showed up super quick, so I was able to put this all together just in time to enjoy some gorgeous weather this week. As you all know, we homeschool, and this table is going to be a great space to not only eat and host at, but a place to get outdoors and do our homeschool work outside and really enjoy the beauty of the natural light in this screened in porch. A little side note about this table, it was so easy to put together, so easy. And I am all about easy furniture, especially whenever it comes to assembling your own furniture and comes in pieces like this. And it's very sturdy and high quality. I was actually very impressed. I wasn't totally sure what to think whenever I ordered it, but it definitely exceeded my expectations. So check out the links and the information in the description box to see these Wayfair finds that I have been absolutely loving. So to dress up this table, I got this really beautiful sage green colored runner. I kind of decided to go with green as an accent color out here, and I thought this would bring a more earthy tone into the space. And I just love tulips. They are my favorite spring flower, and to make them last a little bit longer, you can actually take ice cubes and put it into the water, and that just helps them to kind of be a little faked out that they are in cooler weather than what they may actually be sitting in, and it helps to keep them closed and last longer. So once I have the ice cold water in the vase, I just go ahead and cut my tulips to the length that I need them and arrange them in the vase. Okay friends, we are going to tackle a little DIY. It is a gorgeous day and I want to turn this basket into a lampshade. This is such a good idea for thrifted baskets and yard sale baskets, and especially being outdoors, a lot of times things like this don't last from year to year. I had something else similar to this covering the light that's in here last year and it just got too weathered, so I ended up getting rid of it. So if you can find something really inexpensive that would work well for just the summertime, you could also try spraying it with a clear coat. I may do that eventually. I don't have any with me today. So this basket is actually one that is meant for a planter. So there's a liner in here and I'm going to detach this liner. We're just gonna pull this out. So you would normally set your plant inside of this plastic thing. To make a light covering for this, I don't really want the handles on here, so I'm actually going to take scissors and just cut them off. These in particular do not have a metal piece that runs through them. That is something to check on in case you need wire snips to do this. And then we're gonna go ahead and take the bottom out of this as well. And then I'm just going to use zip ties to connect this to my light overhead. So obviously every single basket is going to be different. You might have a different type of weave on the bottom of the basket that you may have to cut a little differently, but you're going to be able to make a lampshade out of almost any basket by using this little trick here. So I'm just taking the scissors and I'm just cutting against the weave, but making sure I'm not cutting the pieces of fiber that I don't want chopped out or to unravel. So kind of take some time to look at how your weave comes together and make sure that you're not cutting into pieces that's going to essentially unravel your basket, because that is possible. And when I chose this basket, I did realize that the bottom portion was separate from the rest of the basket. You're not going to be able to do this very easily to a basket that the bottom portion is connected to the sides of the basket within the weave. I hope that makes sense. But I was able to attach this very easily with zip ties, and that's going to be another thing. You have to kind of look at your current light, see what the best attachment method is, and go from there. So now I'm going to do another fun little DIY with my Cricut. And even if you don't have a Cricut, you can find stencils to do this at Walmart, at Hobby Lobby, at Michael's craft store, probably at Joann as well, and even on Amazon you can find stencils to do this type of thing. I'm creating my own stencil with my Cricut, and then I'm just going to go ahead and use some poster board from the dollar store. I think I paid $1 to cut it all out. And that's what's fun with Cricut, is that it is able to cut so many different materials. Yes, I use it to make vinyl labels and things like that, but I'm also able to cut something like poster board, and I'm able to use it for things like a stencil. So it took a couple of tries for me to get this exactly right, and I also used a stencil font on Cricut, so it was able to keep all of my letters together to do this. And I just decided to put our last name on this rug, and you can get blank doormats from Hobby Lobby. I think I paid $8 for this, and you're able to just create your own custom style doormat. And I was actually laying this outside and the wind was blowing, and my husband came along and said, hey, why don't we put this in the garage so that your stencil doesn't blow away? So we took it to the garage and he helped me out by laying everything out and spray painting over it. It was so nice to have his opinion and input. I think it would have probably turned out a little different if he wouldn't have come along and helped me out with it. So we just sprayed a good spray paint that I had on hand already. So this was really budget friendly for me. Between the $1 poster board and the $8 mat, and then the things that I had on hand. But you can use spray paint to paint on these rugs. You could even do it without a stencil. You could create cool designs. You could create polka dots in the color that you want. There's a lot that you can do with painting these bristle style rugs. And because I had green already going on the table, I found this perfect underlaying mat to go under my doormat that also had some of the same green in it. So it really brought out that color as an accent color here on the screened-in porch. I love layering doormats. I just think it brings such an elevation to an area where everybody comes through at your door. And off to this little corner, I decided to use a 3-tier cart that I had on hand and wasn't really using for anything important. And I thought this would be a nice holding space for paper plates when we're out here if we have people over. I may even put some little planters once it gets a bit warmer to put sort of like a little herb garden in this corner. Just because it's right off my kitchen, it would be a really great space to do that in. And then I just threw a few plants out here. I'm gonna be honest, the 2 more tropical looking plants that you see sitting here, I have had to take into the house whenever night comes because it is still pretty chilly in Pennsylvania. So we're just biting at the bit to get plants and things like that in these spaces. I can't wait to do my planters out on my deck. I think I may have mentioned that in my last video, and I'm just so excited to get all of this put together. You all know when it comes to my outdoor spaces, I'm always thinking about that nighttime vibe, that nighttime feel to really make everything cozy. So I'm going to be popping in some outdoor candles, which also help keep the bugs away. They're more that like citronella style candle. And at the end of this video, you guys are going to get to see that cute, gorgeous nighttime view of this space. All right, before I give you guys the nighttime views of this space, they are stunning, believe me. I just wanted to give you a little overview of how the whole space looks with everything put together and in place. We are going to be using this so much during these warmer months coming up. My husband and girls have already been loving this. We were sitting out here just a little while ago talking and enjoying just the shade of the screened-in porch and being able to kind of be inside and outside all at once. I just love the ferns. I did them last year, and I think I may even get some more for out on our deck out this way. It's just been a little bit too cool for me to complete the planters and things out on our deck, but that will be coming soon enough. Over here I have all of the pots and everything, and I think I'm going to, my daughter was asking me what I'm going to do with this cart to really complete it, and I'm thinking I may make it into an herb garden or put some other small plants on there. It also would be handy for paper plates and things like that if we're having a lot of people over, kind of as another little area to store food or drinks, that kind of thing. I could make it into a drink cart. And then this is the door that goes out the back. Here's all of our shoe storage. These fun lanterns, when they're lit, it just looks so pretty out here. You guys are gonna love the nighttime feels. And then here's our fun little mat that we made. I might try to put a pot, some kind of planter around the door here, even if I slid that over. That could work out well. And then of course our fun rug that we made. Love the way that turned out as well. And then up here we have our nice lampshade. And I knew the tones of this table, so I tried to find something that wasn't quite too light to cover that up. And it just works out perfect. And at night it just glows perfectly, gives the right amount of ambiance and light if we're going to be eating out here. And then on this side, we have plenty of space with changing up the type of furniture. Last year we had a crescent-shaped couch in here, so I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to all fit, but everything really works out well. And this table is such a nice size. Go Wayfair for having a great deal on an easy table for families. You could definitely fit a couple of kids on one side or on both sides. In my case, I have nieces and nephews that are going to definitely enjoy using this table throughout the warmer months when they're here playing. And as you can see, the wind just blew out my candle. I've been fighting with that all day. I love it burning, but it's been really breezy lately, so I just have to go with it. And then over here, we have a great view of our nice big blueberry bush here. I'm really excited. I hope that it will produce. We got quite a few just fresh eating bits off of it last year. And then back here we also have our little area for birds. So my husband just planted a ton of wildflowers in here. We're hoping he didn't plant them too soon and they actually come up, but we have bird feeders here, and he was just sitting here and saying how this can be his bird watching spot now. He loves just watching birds and filling his feeders, and just enjoys that kind of as a side little hobby. From this angle, you can see how it all goes out to the deck and how it connects into our kitchen. And even with the lights on and the outdoor candles lit, it's just such a beautiful view out here from the kitchen, and just extends our kitchen space. We can actually open these windows up here and just have it one open flowing area through the warmer months. I know that Walmart has a great selection of outdoor candles in all kinds of different containers and things like that. And so I was able to find some that were really inexpensive. You may be able to find them at your dollar store as well. And so I just lit everything up and started to get darker outside. So it makes everything just come alive. And we also have the Edison string lights around our deck. So whenever it's all lit up at night, it's just such a fun space to hang out in, to eat dinner in, even to play games and just spend time as a family. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video really inspired you. Don't forget to check out the link below to get your outdoor finds for this coming year from Wayfair. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.